kids. They make the world a brighter place, don't they? So precious. If you're a family simmer like me, you'll want to have a game that has enough content for every age range, including children. If you play The Sims 4 like me, then you'll know that there really isn't much for anyone other than adults. So I thought I'd put together a list of mods that improve gameplay for the children in The Sims 4. I do have a video with mods for teens as well, which I'll leave a link to in the description and in the white box at the top of the screen now. And if you like the look of any of these mods, you can find them linked in the video description. So let's talk kiddies. Here are 10 mods that make them better. First Love. We're starting off with an adorable one. The First Love mod introduces the possibility of your child sim having a crush. Aww. So if your child has a good relationship with another child, they'll get a new social interaction under the First Love pie menu, which allows them to confess to having a crush. This then amends the relationship between the children and turns them from being just friends to being first crush. Your kid sims can exchange numbers, hug, and once they have each other's numbers, all the phone options for them will say crush, like text crush, cool crush, cute. And eventually, after spending enough time together, your child sim will have a new crush sentiment for their first love. After school activities. Pretty self-explanatory, your Sims can now have more options when it comes to signing up for after-school activities. This mod adds a whopping additional 36 after-school activities for your child Sims, and with that many on offer, you're guaranteed to find an activity that suits your child. This mod was also featured in the Mods for Teens video, so you can use it for children or teenagers. Spend weekend with. This mod was a game changer for me. When I play The Sims, I don't usually play as a cookie cutter nuclear family. I like to play as a single parent who's struggling to make ends meet. And I reckon I'm probably not the only person who doesn't play as a happy family all the time. Well, that's where this mod comes in really handy. You can send toddlers and children to go and spend the weekend with other Sims, and they'll just disappear. Kind of like when they go to school, and they'll come back at the end of the weekend. This is perfect if you have separated parents that share custody, or if you just want to send your darlings away with their grandparents for a few days. The only thing I've noticed that breaks the immersion slightly is that when kids come back from spending the weekend with someone, they don't have any relationship improvement with that sim. However, the sim that you select to be the person who's picking up the kids will actually come to your sim's house and say, "I'm here to pick up the kids," which is quite sweet. Foster family. This cute little mod allows families to foster children in need of a home. The foster option will be available on your Sim's phone, and whenever you want, you can register with the foster agency. Once registered, they'll be able to check if a toddler, child or teen is in need of a foster home. You can also foster pets with this mod too. When the child or pet you're fostering turns up at your Sim's home, you'll have to welcome them to their new foster home for them to be a part of the household. Although they are not selectable, so if your foster child disappears, you'll have to call them home, unless you use the foster home lot trait, which will automatically send them home after going to school. Your foster carer will receive a sum of money referred to as foster support, and if your foster child or pet seems like a perfect fit, you can take the next step and adopt them. Adult skills. So when you play as kids, they have separate skills to the older life stages, and this can sometimes mean that maxing out their skills doesn't really do much for them when they age up. Sure, some of the skills can be transferred to older life stage skills, but you're still limited to only build the kids' skills. Well, with this mod, kids can build any skill at any time, so you can properly get them ahead in life by the time they turn into teens, which is ideal if you want them to master all the skills by the time they die. We all do that, don't we? Sleepover. Why not invite over some friends from school to gossip about boys, brush each other's hair, and talk shit about your other friends? This mod allows you to host a gold sleepover event where your bestest of buds will come over and spend the night at your house. All you need is a home and some friends. In fact, I'll give you a cheeky tip, the hint, not the body part. You may have noticed that kids don't automatically make friends at school, which in itself is stupid, but if you click on their little icon while they're at school, you can tell them to make friends, so they'll have people to invite. Your gold event will have tasks like have an adult order pizza, or have 3 Sims playing at the same time, have a midnight snack, the kind of stuff you used to do at sleepovers. The mod also comes with a small selection of sleepover themed build and buy objects. So there are a few decor items, one that looks like Monopoly and one that looks like Twister. School projects are fun. This is a fairly small mod, but it is quite useful, especially when your Sims' lives are hectic and your child Sim doesn't have a lot of free time. This mod makes it so that your children will gain fun from completing school projects depending on their grade. So children who are acing it at school will get a lot of fun out of completing school projects. But kids who are sat at a D grade in school will get 0 fun from it. So the amount of fun your child Sim will have depends on how well they're doing at school. Private school. If you have been playing The Sims since The Sims 2, then there's a good chance you'll remember when we had private school. It was so much fun. Your child Sim's parents could make a phone call and arrange for the headmaster to visit their house to see if your Sim's child is suitable for private school. Well, if you missed that feature, then you're in luck, because this mod brings back exactly that. When the headmaster arrives at your house, you'll have a list of tasks to complete in order to impress them and ultimately get your kid accepted into private school. As far as gold events go, trust me when I say this is a challenge. It's actually quite difficult to get a gold during the headmaster's visit, which I think is a good thing because The Sims has been lacking a bit when it comes to being challenging. So if you miss private school and fancy a challenge, go for this mod. If your kid is lucky enough to get into private school, nothing really changes in terms of their school panel, except it will say private school. And this time they'll change into their formal wear to attend school. So you can fully decide what your kid's uniform is going to be. Allowance. Do you wish there were more ways to spoil your little darlings in The Sims 4? Well, want to know more, because now your parent or caregiver Sims can give their children and teens an allowance. You can customise how much you want to give, so you could choose to give them just a small allowance, or you could really push the boat out and give them a substantial allowance. I imagine the highest amount is probably something you'd only do with celebrity children, as the most you can give is 200 simoleons twice a week. And finally, the Go to School mod. This mod allows you to go to school with your child, kind of like the active careers in Get to Work. You'll be able to download an elementary school build on the gallery, and provided you follow the instructions on the mod page, you should be able to attend class and the teachers will already be there. In terms of staff, there should be a principal, teacher, caterer, janitor, and even a school counsellor. There are 5 subjects that your child will learn at school: personal development, problem solving, health and fitness, and technology. Each day your child will learn a different subject, and your child can even declare which subjects they like and which ones they dislike. And when I say it's a bit like Get to Work, it's just that. When your child goes to school, you'll follow them to the lot, so you'll get the same pop-up that you do with an active career saying, do you want to join or do you want to send a loan? And if you join them, you'll get a list of tasks to complete while you're at school, along with a timer, so the school day typically lasts around 7 hours. The first thing you'll need to do is go and listen to the teacher speaking at the podium to welcome the class of kids for that day, and then you'll just have to follow the list of various activities throughout the day. So you might have to send your child to go and practice a musical instrument for an hour, and then after that, maybe you need to go and do some work on the science experiment table. The school day does also factor in a lunch hour, so you'll have to take your child down to the cafeteria and grab them something to eat. It's a pretty fun mod, I'm not gonna lie. As you can imagine, there is a lot involved with this mod, and I'm not going to be able to cover everything, but I would recommend giving this one a try and see how you like it. So there are 10 mods that make kids better. Which one is your favourite? Do you already play with these mods? Let me know what you think. And of course, if there are any mods that you know of that are good, please let me know in the comments. I'm always looking for new mods to try. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe. You know I love it when you do that. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.